All right, everybody, welcome back. This is From the Pocket. Christian, holy moly, is today a pivotal episode. We are officially halfway done with the season, and
Yeah,
B,
we're on week 10.
we are past the trade deadline. The trade deadline, a crazy trade deadline. I
It
can't remember the
was
last
this
time it
was
was this
a
active.
this was a pretty good one.
Yeah, we had a lot of moves. The Jets, fire sale. Your Dolphins, a little bit of a fire sale.
We didn't sell hard enough.
Yeah, but
We
hey, at
didn't
least you
sell hard
sold some.
enough.
The Saints had a little bit of a fire sale, got rid of a lineman and
Yeah,
Rashid Shaheed.
yeah.
Yeah, Jacoby Myers finally got his wish and got moved. So we're going to talk about a lot of this. I'm very excited to talk about it, though, Christian. But before we start, just want to ask, how are you doing?
Feel like I might be coming down with something. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully it's just allergies and take like a something and hopefully I feel better tomorrow. But I feel like I'm coming down with something. Little upset, as I said. Wish the Dolphins sold a little bit more. Like, I don't know, Bradley Chubb, expiring contract. Why just let him walk? Could have got him. There was rumors the 49ers or I think the Cowboys were rumored to be
Yeah.
interested, but we didn't pull the trigger. I do not know why. Now at the end of the season, we're just gonna let them walk for nothing when we could at least got a fourth or a fifth rounder. Whatever. I understood. We'll talk about the Jalen Phillips trade, but
Yeah.
yeah, just a little annoyed and a little. I think maybe coming down with a little bit of a sickness. But other than that, I'm doing
Tough
okay.
week. Tough week. No, I feel you.
How you
Yeah,
doing?
no, we can get into this. I mean, usually we try to figure out what the top story is going to be that we're going to talk about. I literally think we could just talk about the trades and maybe hit any other headlines straggling that we want to hit. So, without further ado, Christian, I think let's talk about the big one, the one that had the most hauls. Sauce Gardner to the Colts. The Jets will receive the Colts 2026 and 2027 first rounders, and they got A.D. Mitchell. A.D. Mitchell was only in his second year. He was their second round pick last year. He was having a rough year.
He was the guy that dropped the ball, I believe.
I mean, he single handedly almost. I know Daniel Jones didn't have a great game, but he almost single handedly lost them that game against the Rams about a month ago. So he's been having a tough year. They have some good weapons in Michael Pittman and Josh Downs.
Yeah, they're
Obviously
receiving
Tyler
core,
Warren. So I kind of get why A.D.
Jonathan
Mitchell.
Taylor,
Yeah, kind of a man on the outside, and he's not really living up to expectations. But, honestly, I'll just give my thoughts really quick on this trade. Sauce Gardner, I'm happy for Sauce. I feel like, you look at a team that's as bad as the Jets, and everybody's going to talk about, oh, man, this player isn't as good, and they're struggling, and you're giving up too much for Sauce. But, you really cannot say enough how hard it is to be at your best when you are playing for such a pitiful organization. I mean, and this goes for anybody. Like, when you're at your job and you work in a toxic work environment, everything is unstable, everything is bad, and you're not doing your best work there. I mean, and you're not. So, I think Sauce Gardner going to the Colts, I think you're going to see a new revitalized Sauce Gardner. I understand a lot of people maybe don't feel like the Colts are close enough to the Super Bowl to make this trade. But, I mean, look, you're first in the conference. You're 7-2. You have an elite level offense. Your secondary's been struggling. You go get somebody like Sauce to pair with Travarius Ward, Cam Bynum in the backfield. I really like this trade for the
Travarius Ward is on IR right now, but when he gets
when he gets back though,
him with Sauce, yeah.
I think you have a very, very elite. You go from this being the weakness of your team to now it's like a strength, and I think I get the concerns about Daniel Jones. Can Daniel Jones do it? I understand that, but if you're the Colts. What do you? I mean, are either of these first round picks you're going to spend? You're going to probably finish in the high 20s anyway. Worst case scenario, are you going to get somebody as good as Sauce Gardner with those picks? Probably not. So I liked the move personally. And for the Jets, I have some thoughts on the Jets. We're going to talk about the Cowboys, obviously, so I'll kind of save my thoughts for the Jets when we get there. But, Christian, did you like this trade, or do you feel like the Colts are giving up too much? Maybe too ambitious?
In a vacuum, I think I like this. I do like this trade. Now, this is coming from somebody that has been on the Colts bandwagon all year.
Yeah.
And it was funny because like me and you and I think like everybody, like once we saw this trade happen, we're like, oh, okay, they're going all in on Daniel Jones. They think they're close. I mean, they think this is you don't make this trade unless you think you can make a run at it.
Especially not the contract that Sauce is signed to, because I mean they just signed him.
Yeah, they just signed him. And for the Colts, I get why this move was made. They were pretty good at stopping the pass, or stopping the run. I think they're like top 10, 7th, I think, around that thing. And then pass defense hasn't been great. I think they're like in the bottom 20s or something. So I do understand this move. The 2 first, maybe a first. I think they could have did this year's first and a second or a third. I don't really like. I mean, it's 2027. We don't know what's gonna happen then. But for this year, I don't mind this first round pick. You're gonna be in the late rounds. There's gonna be a late round pick anyway. You're like you said, you're on top of the conference. You're doing really, really well. Been the 2 games you kind of struggled in. Everyone wants to point and be like, "See, you're not that good." But I do. I'm rooting for the Colts. I am rooting for the Colts because we saw this a few years ago when Daniel Jones had a great year. I want to say great. Had a good year for the Giants. Made the playoffs. Won a playoff game.
He did.
Got paid in that offseason. And injuries and not playing well, then getting benched, worried because he could get injured and the Giants have to pay him all this money. So I'm a little worried about that because this tells me you're about to give Daniel Jones, he's about to get another big contract at the end of this year. Unless it's terrible. If they end the season terrible or don't at least win a playoff game, I still think he's getting paid regardless, unless like something catastrophic happens. So I'm rooting for the Colts. I'm not in love with this trade because there's so many. There's just a big question mark on what they can get out of Daniel Jones. He can win a playoff game. We've seen that. I just don't know if he can hang with the big boys. So I'm rooting for him. The Colts. Yeah. I like the owner. She's cool. She's dope.
I love what she's doing.
I love it. I wish Stephen Ross was a little bit more hands-on with the organization. So I'm rooting for him. I am. I don't think this is a terrible trade, but I'm a little hesitant.
No, I think you bring up a good point. And let me just kind of honestly, I'm a semi-believer in the Colts. I don't really think they have to win the Super Bowl. I know that's their goal. They're behaving like that's their goal. It's the same thing the Packers did when they went and got Micah. They're telling you we're trying to win the Super Bowl. I don't expect the Colts to win the Super Bowl. I want to see the Colts win a playoff game. Maybe if they get the 1 seed and they win a playoff game, they're in the AFC Championship. To me, that would be an amazing season for the Colts. But I do think them trading these 2 first-round picks does open them up to risk because this is obviously pre-Daniel Jones. And a big reason we were skeptical about them going into this year is just they cannot get the quarterback position right. And maybe they've solved it with Daniel Jones.
Since Andrew Luck, yeah.
Maybe they have. But if they haven't, and if Daniel Jones kind of turns back into who we thought he was and has been his entire career, you now don't have any draft capital to address that. Not meaningfully. Unless you just find a steal in the second and third round. Yeah. And I mean, I get it. the way this is going this year, you probably weren't going to spend a 2026 pick on a quarterback. Fine. But if Daniel Jones comes in and doesn't play well next year, and you're like, oh, well, okay, now we need a quarterback, it's like you don't have a first-round pick. Now, maybe you could sell off some assets. Maybe you look and go, well, if Daniel Jones isn't playing well, it's not our year. So maybe the idea is if we need to get back into the draft next year, we'll have the ability to do that. I kind of get that, but like it just feels very risky to me because this is to me, this organization just should be so traumatized from its quarterback play, and you have really strapped yourself into the Daniel Jones experience with this move. And it's a little just concerning for me. But good luck. Good luck to the Colts.
Yeah, I know. I am rooting for him.
Since we're talking about the Jets already, can we talk about the other big trade, the one that everybody's talking about?
Obviously, yeah.
All right.
The second. I mean, most people have been talking about this for the past few days.
Yeah.
Bigger than the Sauce Gardner trade.
Oh, you think so? Maybe in terms of publicity, but maybe
publicity.
Not
this one is bigger, but I think the Sauce Gardner trade is way more
meaningful.
more meaningful.
It's more meaningful.
But it's the Cowboys, so
Cowboys you talked about. So the Cowboys, they traded for Quinnen Williams. Gave up a first-round pick for a 2027 first-round pick, I should say.
Yes.
One of their two. They gave up a second-round pick for the upcoming season. Yeah. And they got rid of Mozzie Smith. Christian, have a lot of thoughts on this trade as a Cowboys fan.
Do you mind if I go first then?
Yeah, I would love it if you went first, and then I can just kind of pick up where you leave off.
On the Dallas side, this is a little weird. Like, I just this one just not to again in a vacuum. I understand. I do understand this trade. They obviously needed a defense. They needed defensive players. I imagine that's what they're going to attack in the draft this year because offensively they've been pretty good. Quinnen Williams, I know he's 27, going to be 28. I think Aaron Donald lasted till he was like 31, 32. So we at least got him for another 4 or 5 years. He just also got paid like the Jets. So, they got him under contract for a few years. So they at least got, I think they traded for a proven commodity. He can stuff the run. He's a pretty good pass rusher. So he's an upgrade from Kenny Clark. He's making $20 million. Kenny Clark's also making $20 million. So I'm curious on. I think they might let Kenny Clark go. So it's kind of like, why'd you make that trade then? With the Packers, or like trade for him. And I get the Micah Parsons trade. But at the same time, it's like Dallas, you are 3-5-1. You're the 11th seed right now. There is quite a few teams ahead of you, and some of the teams that are ahead of you, I think you play Minnesota, so we'll see that. Carolina is ahead of you, which you lost to. Chicago ahead of you, which you play. I think you still got to play the Eagles.
The Cardinals are now tied with them.
Oh, yeah, you lost to the Cardinals. So this is kind of a head-scratching move for me for Dallas because, you're technically in it, but, like, not necessarily. They could climb. They could maybe climb themselves out of this. I don't know. For next year, I do kind of like this. For the future, I do like this. For this year, I'm not really vibing with it. But for the future, for next year and moving forward after the draft and free agency, I like Quinnen Williams. I think he's a good player. I know, as you said with Sauce, it's kind of hard. He had those really good years when Robert Saleh was there and, made an all-pro, got the bag. So maybe in Dallas, wasn't much of an upgrade from going from 1-7 to now 3-5. But in Dallas, I mean, you probably should feel a little bit like you're going to get a lot of publicity. Your team's going to be talked about. You're going to be on the national stage. So I like this for the future. But for this year, I'm not in love with the trade, but I do like it overall.
Yeah, okay, I feel that. Like, I feel like people are being way too hard on this. And I
I
understand
think
it.
it's getting compared with the Micah trade and
Well, and it's
Jerry
also,
and all his nonsense.
I think people are under the impression, which they are in part correct. Like, they're not wrong to think this, but I think people are thinking about it too narrowly in terms of this year. And yeah, I mean, if we're talking about this trade happening because for this year, which to be fair, Jerry Jones said that. Like, Jerry Jones is making it very clear. He's like, we did this so we could save this season. Like, if that is the approach, that's dumb. That's dumb.
Back half of your season, you have the Eagles,
the Lions,
the
the Chargers,
Lions,
the
the
Vikings,
Chiefs,
the Chiefs,
the Vikings,
the Cowboys. At best, they're going to be a 7-9-1 team. At best. At best. Maybe they get 8 wins, but, like, there's no shot they finish any better than that. Like, that's what this team is going to be. And that's not it's not a problem. Like, I feel like the problem with this trade was the Cowboys are trying to kind of split the difference, right? It's like, we're going to go into the season with Micah. It's like, okay, so we didn't think they'd be competitive, but they're looking at it going, we have a great offense. Micah's coming in. We're going to have a solid defense with Micah. Everything's going to be good. And then we trade Micah. And offense is awesome. Defense is horrible. So we're competitive in these games, but, like, we don't really got a shot to do anything. But that's fine. Like if that's how we're committing to this project, fine. Okay? Take the season off. Recoup your picks. Go into the offseason with a ton of draft capital, some new cap space. Let's sign some guys, and let's make a run at this thing. And instead of committing to that plan, they're coming in saying, okay, we're going to trade some of our draft capital, and we're going to bring in Quinnen Williams, and we're going to get – and, like on par, like, first off, Mozzie Smith is – I don't care about that. Mozzie Smith is not – He did not pan out. He did not pan out. But I think that's also kind of part of the point to me. Like, everybody's like, the Cowboys shouldn't be trading draft capital for Quinnen Williams. It's like, I mean, okay, this team was going to go into this draft anyway and try to address that. And no offense, but we just talked about Mozzie Smith. So, like, I just, like, we're good at drafting pass rushers, offensive linemen. We've done good at corners.
You're not great at
we have
defensive
been
line.
Terrible at drafting, it's in particular interior defensive linemen. We have not hit on that. It has been a constant problem for us. So it's like, okay, so do you expect the Cowboys to just spend a draft pick on a defensive tackle that's who knows what's going to happen? Or would you rather just use that defensive tackle and go get Quinnen Williams? Like, I feel like that's a solid move for the Cowboys. Now, maybe, do you want to give up the second-round pick to do that also? That's a little steep. And I understand on the balance of it when you're looking, you're like, okay, so we traded Micah Parsons, a second-rounder, and Mozzie Smith, and we got back Quinnen Williams, Kenny Clark, and a first. I understand that's, like, not amazing, but it's not terrible. It's I think the Cowboys are foolish if they think this is going to save their season. It's not.
This feels like this is them trying to break even.
Yeah, but, like, I would have loved to have seen them more committed to the plan that, like, it's like, okay, look, you traded Micah. The plan is now the defense is bad. Let's just get through this season, be fun and competitive with George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb. Go in here, address the defense aggressively, and we'll be good to go. But instead, Jerry Jones is just impatient, and he's like, I can't stand to see my team be bad and out of it, and he wants to go trade for a player that, like, in the long term, I do think I agree with you is going to help, but short term, it's just this is a 7-10 team. Like, you're not going to change that. So, it was fine, but it's not. I understand why people are skeptical about it, but I don't think it's as bad as people are making it out to be.
It's not. This isn't the Herschel Walker trade. Like, this isn't. This isn't terrible.
As for the Jets, and this is the last thing I want to say about the Jets here. Look, I think it's really funny how people how like the media and everybody in general just kind of cheers on like, oh yeah, hey, they're selling off, they're getting first round picks. Look at that, they're being smart. They're being smart. They're getting picks. And it's like, okay, can they hit those picks?
That is a point I wanted to bring up. Like, no, like I talked about like I just mentioned the Herschel Walker trade. At the time, I think that was looked at as a, like, hey, what are the Cowboys doing? Like, what
is their
the
only
hell?
good player? Is their only good player? And
then
him
they
away.
turned him to Pro Bowl. So, like, not all trades are created equally. And as you talked about, like, we don't know what these picks are going to turn into. Like,
well, and the Jets,
it takes a while for us to say and to look back on a trade and be like, that was a good trade, that was a terrible trade, that team got fleeced. We'll see what the Jets do with these picks. Like, we'll see. Like, the Dolphins, Chris Greer, traded all these picks, got these first round picks, and we hit on some of them. Jalen Waddle, got Tua for that.
yeah.
We got it just depends. It just depends on how the Jets and their scouting department, because it takes a while.
Well, and I'm not confident about it because like they haven't done a great job of hitting these picks anyway. And even the ones that they have, it's like, well, Quinnen Williams, Garrett Wilson, Sauce Gardner. It's like, okay, but y'all were terrible with them. Y'all had the Rookie of the Year candidate and a defensive Rookie of the Year candidate. I think they both won that year. Garrett might not. I can't remember off the top of my head. But the point is like they were both in the bare minimum in contention for it. And, like, despite that, y'all are not good. So, like, it's just, like, the Jets can compile all these picks they want. They might even hit some of them. But, like, I'm just of the mindset. I'm like,
should.
You gotta convince me you're gonna be good. Like, I just, you can stockpile all these picks you want, but, like, I have seen y'all draft terribly, and I've seen y'all draft well, and it doesn't seem to matter. Y'all are not a good team. So, good luck, New York. It's just, I feel so sad for Jets fans because it's like they feel good today because they have hope. But like,
I mean, you got a whole bunch of picks. You're loading up.
Unrealized hope. It's like it's hope for a thing that could just go wrong, and it's just like, I don't know. It's just unfortunate when it's like all you can do as a Jets organization is sell hope. Because you can't sell results. You can just sell the hope for results. I think that's sad. But anyway, Christian, I want you to talk about your Dolphins. You have some strong thoughts about that.
Look, when we traded Jalen Phillips to the Eagles, sad to see him go. Young player. I think he's very promising of a player. Has not consistent, has had injury issues, so wasn't on the field as consistent as you want him to be. And this year, down year, I saw like a few plays. I'm trying to think of the games, but a few plays where he has the sack and he just lets the guy just slips through his fingers. So and we weren't and going into this year, we're pretty tied up cap wise. We weren't going to be able to pay him. And, at the end of the year, with such a young player getting his first contract, was he really worth that contract? We don't know. We don't have to think about that. He's now on the Philadelphia Eagles. Howie Roseman, he does it again. So I do think Philly's getting a really good player, very talented player. Hopefully, that he gets kicked into a new gear. I think he can be. It's sad to see him go, but hey, we organizational wise we couldn't pay him, and he's kind of hasn't lived up to. I think was it the first? I think it was the first round talent that we got him for. And we got a third. I wish we could have got a second, but hey, it is what it is. I'm not evaluating like how these trades go. I'm not a GM. or I wouldn't be doing this with you. No offense, Jake.
No, I feel you.
No offense. But anyway, so this got me excited. We did this November 3rd. The trade deadline was yesterday on the 4th. I'm like, bet, bro, we gonna be in it. We're gonna be like the Jets. I thought we were gonna be the Jets team. We were just gonna be selling and getting these picks, and that's the only trade we made, and I'm a little upset about it. Bradley Chubb, bro, we could have traded him. Like, Bradley Chubb's on his final year, and now we're just gonna let him walk because we're not re-signing him. He doesn't done much for us. No offense, it's kind of been past his prime. Like, I think our untouchables really are Waddle, Achane, and Chop. Really, I think that's really our top 3 guys that are untouchable. Like, everyone else can be traded, and I would not mind. So I'm a bit pissed, man, because we're 2-7. Yeah, we're 2-7. I was like, wait, are we 2-7? Yeah, we're 2-7. We just parted ways with Chris Greer. We're probably getting a new head coach at the end of the year. Our quarterback situation is maybe up in the air. I don't think it will. It's a lot of money. But we'll see. Maybe we get a trade at the end of the season. But I just like, why couldn't we just sell a little bit more? We could have just, even if we just traded Bradley Chubb, I would have been fine. I would have been fine with that. We can't get pressure anyway. We're one of the highest blitzing teams in the league, and we can't get pressure. We can't get pressure anyway. So what is he doing? I'm just like, we could have traded Minka too. I don't care. Like, I don't know. I just wish we could have stockpiled some draft picks. I don't know, maybe quarterback we liked. I don't know, but
yeah, I don't really.
Jake, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. I feel it. It's weird because, like with the Jets, like you imagine Aaron Glenn and that just regime in general have some level of job security, right? Like, Aaron Glenn is probably not going to be a one and done coach. So you feel like you can trade off these assets and say we're just tearing it down to the stubs and we're going to rebuild. For y'all though, it's weird because you've already got rid of Chris Greer, and you have a head coach that, I mean, if he is not fired at the end of the year, I think it's going to be the shock of the offseason. And so, like, I feel like it's this weird, like, middle ground where it's like, well, we have to sell off pieces because we have to be realistic. But, like, we also, you have a head coach that's like, hey, I'm still kind of trying to win games here and not lose my job. So it's a little like, I feel like some of the motivations are a little crossed. But, no, I feel your frustration. As for the Eagles, I mean, good trade. I mean, they went and got Jair Alexander as well. Yeah, and they needed help. They really needed help in their secondary, and they needed help on their defensive line. So they went and did that. I don't know how much Jalen Phillips should help a lot. Jalen Phillips is a really good player.
Yeah,
Jair Alexander he's just kind of over the hump in my opinion. But
yeah,
I mean, it's better than what they had, and I still think the Eagles are a really good team. It's just what they do. I mean, they're always wheeling and dealing, no matter what, whether it works or not. They don't always have to work.
Look, I will give Howie Roseman credit. He is not afraid to try things, do things, and try to as best as he can to make it work. And I respect the hell out of Howie Roseman, man.
I do too. I mean, he's the best GM in the league, and
he is. Like,
I'll say it. He's a future Hall of Famer. I mean, he's gonna be a future Hall of Famer. I mean,
it's crazy. He got like I forget how they tell it. I don't know exactly. Or Chip Kelly like sent him to do something else, and like had to work his way back up to being the GM or something. He's a crazy little story, but yeah, no, this man.
Yeah, I mean, it's
he's
really
just a little trade goblin. Yeah,
it's impressive. I mean, he is. I think what's also
year
helpful
in year out
is he's gotten better at it, right? Like, because early on, he was missing a lot. Like, I mean, he was being aggressive, he was being crazy, but he was missing a ton. And I feel like he's talked about this where he's like didn't fully understand like how to build a team, right?
Yeah.
It's not just I'm going to get this great player, I'm going to get this great player. There's a
Mm-hmm.
it's a certain puzzle, and he has just gotten better at it. It's at the point where he's just mastered that puzzle, and now it's like he's making crazy moves, but because he's learned his lessons, those crazy moves work so often. So, and when they don't work, he's like, back on the phone, let's go. So yeah, big shout outs to him. I wouldn't want to play the Eagles ever. The fact that we got to play them twice a year kind of makes me sad. So.
It's really crazy how he just continuously is able to just restock this team and
every year
get player after player and just is always having his team competitive, and it's really an amazing accomplishment. Like I envy the hell out of this the Eagles.
All right, let's go ahead and rapid fire some of these other big ones. Seahawks, Rashid Shaheed from the Saints in exchange for a 4th and 5th round pick. Rashid Shaheed is going to link back up with Clint Kubiak. Yeah, from last year. He was their offensive coordinator, and when he was, obviously Shaheed ended up getting hurt, but in the time he was not hurt, he generated 4 games of 73-plus yards out of 6. And then, of course, he got hurt. So, I mean, I think next to Jackson Smith and Jigba, who has been the best receiver in the league this year, whether or not he's the best, period, we'll see. But he's been the best this year.
I think at the end of this year, I think I'd still have Justin Jefferson. Like respect to the.
I'm okay moving into top 3. Like behind Jamar Chase and I would be like, you're like do it again. Maybe we can talk about moving you up, but off of this season, I'd be fine with top 3. But I mean, getting a deep threat, you have Kenneth Walker,
I
Zach Charbonnet, and then Elijah Arroyo and AJ Barner for those tight end spots have become really, really lethal. So it's just you get these 2 tight end sets right here: Barner, Arroyo, and Jigba, Shaheed, and then you got whatever. Take your pick: Kenneth Walker or Zach Charbonnet in the backfield. Like that offense is so good, and then this defense. I mean, you can't say enough about this defense. Like, Seattle has to be, pun intended. Seattle has to be the most slept on team in the NFL. I mean, they are so good. And every time I watch them, I am just mesmerized by them. I'm just like, this team is so good. And I just don't feel like if people kind of hand wave them, they're like, yeah, and Seattle's really good. It's like, guys, this team's really good. Anyway, Saints, they also traded to the Chargers Trevor Penning. Obviously, the Chargers lost Joe Alt. They need tackle help bad, so Trevor Penning is kind of a Band-Aid there, but I don't know how much it'll help. I mean, yeah, it's tough. He's not bad, but it's more just a body than it is anything else. Those are the big trades I really wanted to hit on. Cowboys traded for Logan Wilson.
Yeah.
Big trade there. Jacoby Myers to the Jaguars in exchange for a 4th and 6th round pick.
They did need some receiver help.
But we did not see Brian Thomas Jr. traded.
Yeah, I was shocked by that. And he's been struggling a lot this year. I thought he was on the trading block. And I thought he was gonna get moved, but I guess I don't know. Maybe he's just working hard. I mean, he's a good player. I know it doesn't look like it, but like he was the offense last year. So the fact that
phenomenal last year, he was on his way to being a superstar, borderline top 5 receiver after last year.
And so maybe they're just chalking it up to maybe this being just like a down year, or whatever. So I still think he can be really good. I know he's not showing it on the field. He's having some weird drops and stuff like that, but I'm still believing him.
I will say he's been battling a shoulder injury. And I mean, look, this offense has just been decimated. Travis Hunter is still out. Brian Thomas Jr. has been injured. Diami Brown got hurt last week. And Brenton
So
Strange has been dealing with an injury. I think he's dealing with like a leg injury or something. So, I mean, yeah, like Jacoby Myers, it's a Band-Aid now just to help with all the injuries they have. But when they get healthy, like Jacoby, I mean, he's not playing with great quarterbacks in Vegas. And not to say Trevor Lawrence is a great quarterback, but like Trevor Lawrence is an upgrade from what he has been playing with, I think, in a lot of areas. Combined with Liam Cohen's offensive mind, like I think Jacoby Myers could have not a renaissance, but I think you could finally get to see Jacoby Myers reach more of his potential. So excited for him there. Any other trades you want to talk about, Christian?
No other big names and stuff like that for me. So I'm good.
All right, bet. Let's just get into some quick headlines then. Kyler Murray going on injured reserve.
I did see that.
Look. Are they shadow benching Kyler Murray?
It kind of feels like that because they moved the ball pretty well. I know it was Dallas against the Cowboys defense, but I mean that offense was kind of just not good when he was at the helm.
Here's some stats for you.
Go ahead.
They're averaging with Jacoby Brissett, according to NFL.com, they are averaging nearly 70 more yards per game. That's an entire drive, and they're scoring more than five more points per game. So points and yards both up with Jacoby Brissett in the lineup.
This kind of feels like we're on the verge of a breakup here for Arizona, and which, I mean, at this point, I don't hate it at this point, but the Cardinals are just a weird team, to be honest with you. I don't know what to think of this team.
I don't either. I don't think too much of them. I had them as my secret playoff team. It turns out it was supposed to be Seattle, not the Cardinals. So I just missed that. But I mean, I think it's sad because I mean, I feel like I heard Troy talk about this maybe, and I mean, you're watching them during the Cowboy game, and you're like, I mean, these teams aren't close to each other. Like the Cardinals are clearly a better team than the Cowboys. So like, they have talent. I mean, I like their defense a lot. We were a big fan of all the personnel changes they made defensively and all the additions.
I think Calais Campbell's been playing good.
Marvin Harrison Jr. is finally living up to that hype that we all were hoping.
He had a bit of he had some struggles.
Obviously with James Conner and all the injuries they've had in the running back room are unfortunate, but when they're
still
healthy,
got McConkey. That's probably one of the better tight ends in the league.
Oh, Trey McBride.
I am so that's the Chargers.
Yeah,
dude.
You're thinking of Ladd McConkey. No,
he's the Chargers dude. Trey McBride. No, he's
Trey McBride elite. I mean, he's an elite tight end. So, I mean, they have talent. It's just they are a weird team. Like, I like Jonathan Gannon? I don't think so. Do I like Kyler Murray? Probably not. And you're winning with Jacoby Brissett now, or at least doing better with Jacoby Brissett. Like, I don't know what to make of you. I don't know. Anyway,
1-1 right now, but yeah,
1-1. C.J. Stroud out for Week 10 with a concussion against the Jaguars. Davis Mills will start.
I figured that.
Yeah. He took a pretty nasty hit on Sunday.
Yeah.
Let's see. Any other headlines you want to talk about? I got a fun one.
Well, yeah. Let me hear the fun one.
Derrick Henry, his high school record, his career yards record in high school, is possibly going to be broken.
Really? Because that man was putting up video game numbers in high school.
Do you want to guess how many yards he had in high school?
Career?
I knew about the record, but I did not know what the number was. Do you want to guess how many yards Derrick Henry had in high school?
In like his whole 4 years?
His entire career in high school.
Dude. I mean, I think I saw one game. He was like 200. He was averaging probably like 200, 300 yards a game. How many games did he play in high school?
Like 9 or 10, depends on.
And
I mean, I guess you
during
could
playoffs.
Yeah.
As a career, dude, I'll say he probably had like probably over 30K yards.
Not 30K, no.
20.
Well, you're only playing for 4 years. So if you have
Well, I mean, I felt like he was like there was like times where that man like he was having like 200, 300 yards a game.
Yeah, but that's only 3,000 yards a season.
Okay.
Which is about
okay, so about 10K?
12,000 yards.
12,000 yards.
And this kid in Indiana, his name is Miles McLaughlin. He is at 11,000 yards. So if this kid is anything like Derrick Henry, we will probably be talking about Miles McLaughlin 5 years from now on the podcast when he gets drafted in round 1. And I imagine he's going to go to a big powerhouse college. So, yeah, Derrick Henry rushed for more than 2,400 yards in each year. With his senior campaign, he posted 4,200.
Jeez.
McLaughlin will need to average 280 yards per game, but he is coming off a 400-yard game in his previous one.
God damn. So like he's just running, he's just running from much.
I mean, it's literally like you just give him the ball and it's just like touchdown, right?
Gone.
Like,
yeah, he's just touchdown.
I would have hated to play against Derrick Henry. That sounds
Dude,
horrible.
I can't imagine what that would have looked like. What the film was like. It's like, Coach, I gotta stop him.
Like,
yeah.
What do you do? Like, what do you tell your players? You're just like, guys. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
Just hit his leg. Hit him low.
Tell you.
Hit him low.
Oh man, yeah, because he'll stiff arm your ass into oblivion. All right. Anyway, any other headlines you want to talk about?
Apparently, Draymond called Dak a bum. Okay.
Everybody be bullying Dak. It's fine. He's the Cowboys quarterback. It is what it is.
Guys, leave Dak alone. Like, he had a bad game on Monday. Whatever.
I mean, it goes back to how poor this team is. Like he didn't even had a bad game. Not even a bad game against Chicago. I know the stat line's bad, but he threw a bunch of picks when the game was out of reach anyway. It just goes to show you Dak has just an average game. They get blown out. That's what the Cowboys are right now. So anyway. All right, Christian. Well, without further ado, you got out of it last week.
I did.
But not this week. You got to give us the vibe rankings. You owe us what the vibes are saying.
I'm back this week. Oh, just before we start, shout out UNT.
Hey, shout out. Go Mean Green. Let's go. Blow out Navy.
Let's do it. Funny. Little tidbit. Before the game, my mom called me. And we were just talking about something else. And then before, it was like, hey, because I was telling them, I asked if they wanted to, my mom, my dad, my brother, if they wanted to go to this game, the Navy game, this past Sunday or Saturday. And my mom was like, "Did you get tickets?" I'm like, "Yeah. I'm about to head out to go to the game." And my mom was like, "I don't believe in your team, but I don't think they'll win. But I'll be rooting for them." And then we 31-17. Yeah, it was a good game. It was rained in the beginning, but then it stopped, and then it got really sunny, and it was a great day. So
we love it.
Good stuff, UNT. All right, back to it. And we got the eliminated team. Should be a lot more teams in this elimination, but since we didn't do it last week, I'll just keep it to the 4. Jets, Titans, Saints, Dolphins for the 4 for the eliminated. Next up for the next one, we got the facing elimination tier. Here, because I didn't do it last week, I don't want to be fair. I just want to be fair. Don't want to be unfair to these teams. So we got the Browns, Raiders, Giants facing elimination. You lose this next game. Finito, you're done.
Out. Get them out.
You're out.
Get them out.
You're out. I am worried about the Giants. They have been kind of trickling downhill. Browns coming off a bye. We'll see how they do. They have who are the Browns playing? I had the schedule up. Sorry about that. They are
They're good.
playing the Jets. So we'll see how that goes for them. Then the Raiders just tough game to lose like that.
Overtime, yeah.
It's just a tough game to lose.
Is Pete Carroll
Uh,
going to be one and done?
nah.
No, you don't think
I
so?
think this you were looking for a different quarterback. The Geno Smith
The Geno
experiment
Smith experience, yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
is done. So I'd like to see him run it back. I do think Pete Carroll can get this organization uh, under control, but this year this year ain't it. All right, the getting close, getting close to eliminated. The Bengals, weird. So the Bengals are an interesting team because Joe Flacco comes in. Joe Burrow was coming in doing okay. He got injured. Jake Browning coming in won the one game and then was awful.
Mm-hmm.
And now Joe Flacco's back. And Joe Flacco out here turning the clock back to like 2008, going for 300 yards, putting up 30, 40 points at a given time. And yet still they can't win because their defense is hot doo-doo. So, Bengals, sorry, but it looks like you're about to be on another, what is this, the fourth straight year? Third straight year. Fourth straight year of not making the playoffs? Third?
The Bengals is third.
You're on the verge of your third straight year of not making the postseason after making the Super Bowl with Joe Burrow. Yeah. And you're getting really good production out of Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco. Commanders, tough injury. Everybody wants to, be mad at Dan Quinn and be like, hey, man, why was Jaden in? But, like, I think Greg Jennings said it great. Like, when you're, like, an athlete, no matter how bad the score is, you always believe, you have a chance. You're out there fighting with your guys. You're all sacrificing, blood, sweat, and tears, family life, and all this stuff just try to get a win. So I don't blame Dan Quinn. It sucks. And it's a freak accident, and it's awful. And I feel so sorry for the players. I feel so sorry for Jaden Daniels' family, him, and all that stuff. But for the so I don't fault Dan Quinn for keeping him in a game that was out of reach. But at the same time, you draft these, you get these you get this talented quarterback, little undersized, skinny. You gotta know this is a risk. Like it's kind of a big boy league, and Jaden Daniels. I think is a great talent. I think he can do really great things. So I'm rooting for him in his recovery, and rooting for the Commanders. Hopefully next year they're much better than this year. It just sucks. It just sucks. If I had a nickel for a talented Washington QB, coming off an injury, probably shouldn't be playing, and they're playing the Seattle Seahawks, and they get injured in that game, I'd have 2 nickels. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it did happen against the Seahawks. I didn't even think about that. Really quick.
I saw that on Twitter. I was like,
I didn't even think about that.
RG3 was
that's true.
Yeah,
that was
Seattle.
a playoff game. That was Russell Wilson versus RG3 rookie seasons. Look, only thing I'll say about this is he was banged up, so I could see why you're like, okay, he's banged up. He probably shouldn't be in there. But I do want to say the injury he suffered was not related to another injury he had. And it's just the Commanders. This is why we said we don't like the Commanders this year. Everything was going to catch up, and so everything catches up. Everything returns to the mean.
Yeah.
And this is what we're seeing. So it's unfortunate, but
again, very sorry, rooting for his recovery.
Yeah, I mean, I hope Jaden is amazing. The league is better when he can be who he is. And if he's going to be another situation where it's just injuries are going to derail his career, that's just a shame.
All right, next up we got the fighting for their lives. A lot of these tiny. This is the 3-5. Well, I guess except for are the Falcons 3-5 as well? I believe so. Are they 4-4? No, they're 3-5. This is the 3-5 tier, but I'm calling it fighting for their lives.
Fighting for their lives.
That should have been the title.
I got you.
So we got Texans, Arizona, Dallas, Ravens, Falcons. Teams are okay. They do some things well, like Dallas, amazing offense. I know it didn't look like that against Arizona, but amazing offense. Generally, yeah, amazing offense. Falcons have Bijan Robinson. I know he got a little bit derailed here, but still probably the best back in the league. Ravens up and coming. Arizona, like we just talked about, been putting up pretty good offensive numbers with Jacoby in there. And then, unfortunately, Texans had a great defense. Well, still has a great defense, excuse me. And now, as they seem like they were putting a little something together, C.J. Stroud suffers a concussion, and now Davis Mills going up against a divisional opponent, which they need this game. So we'll see how that one plays out on Sunday. Moving on, we got doing better than I thought. And these are the Carolina Panthers, 5-4. Just got a win against the Packers. Wasn't pretty, but they run the ball well and they can play defense sometimes. Minnesota, J.J. McCarthy hadn't played for 2 months, and then he comes out and beat the Lions. Plays a good game. Pat ran for a touchdown, had 2 passing touchdowns. And then Chicago, I did think they'd get better as the season went on, but 5-3. And as we talked about on Monday, they weren't great at these one-score games, and now this year they're doing a lot better handling these one-score games. So, hey, shout out to Chicago.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel about Chicago. Like, these are games they lose every other year, and this year they're winning them. Baby steps, but they're going in the right direction.
Next up, we got the hesitant to call them good. Hesitant to call these teams good, but they all have solid records. 49ers, we all know, injuries throughout the whole team. Yeah. 49ers business. Denver.
Hell yeah, baby.
They're 7-2, but I don't like this team.
They're 7. Listen to that.
I don't know.
Listen to what this man just
said. You cannot convince me this team is good. Cannot. I don't care what the record is. I don't even care if they get the number 1 seed. I don't care. This team is not good.
What? How can you say whatever?
Don't care. This
How
team is
can
not
you say
good.
that?
Because Bo Nix isn't good.
He's all right.
Pittsburgh. Hey, good win against Indy. Great win against Indy. Had a really good defensive plan. We'll see how the Colts handle that. I think the Steelers put in a nice little blueprint to maybe knock the Colts off their high horse that they've been on this year. But great game plan by the Steelers. So good for them. Jacksonville. Yeah, they're fine. They've got long way from those 13 turnovers in the first, 2, 3, 4 weeks there. Trevor Lawrence has just been a roller coaster, and injuries to their receiving core there. And then Detroit, Detroit's just been good. Don't get me wrong, they have been good this year, but just losing to the Vikings, getting mollywopped week 1 against the Packers, is not as buttoned up as I thought they'd be this year. But they're fine. They're gonna make the postseason. Next up, one of the only cheers this week that has a single team on it, and it's the best 5-4 team in league history. The best 5-4 team in league history, and that
bro.
the Kansas City Chiefs. Look, I don't want to put too much stock into the Bills game. This is just what the Bills do. But I will say Patrick Mahomes did not play well in that game. That's the typical way to beat these like all-time, all pro, all amazing quarterbacks is you got to get pressure with 4. And they can't run the ball. They can't run the ball. So all they do is all they can do is pass it. And the Bills they handled it pretty well. But Kansas City, they are 5-4, fighting for their lives right now. They still are in play for the division, but
they gotta win a lot.
They gotta win a lot, and then, but I think most likely it's gonna be a wild card team, and we have seen him. That was the big knock on Patrick. Not the big knock, but that was like kind of a thing we didn't know about Patrick. Is like, can he go on the road and win playoff games? Like, yeah, he can because it's fucking Patrick Mahomes. But yeah, still worried about this team. For the Chiefs, but
I feel that
5-4. They're doing all right for right now. Next up, we got the long way from week 1. These two teams. It's the Los Angeles Chargers and the Green Bay Packers. Man, week 1, riding high, thinking these teams were going to...
You have the Chargers over the Chiefs?
Yeah.
Holy moly. The vibe
6-3.
Crazy. They're
6-3. I know they lost their tackle. We'll see how that goes. They haven't been great without Joe Alt. We'll see how it goes, but they're 6-3 on top of the division. Like record gotta come into play somewhat. They're the 10th team at 5-4. Like, let's chill out.
All right.
Chill out. Like, 5-4. Imagine the
Oh man.
I'm just a little like, come on now. When is a 5-4 team the 10th best team in the NFL? Like, when does that happen?
I mean, I feel where you're coming from. Like, it's just, I don't know.
They're top 10. They're in the top 10.
If they played each other,
they are
I just don't know
other.
if I'd pick the Chargers. But go ahead. It's the vibe.
They play each other. They will play each other. And we will see. When that day comes, we will see. They got to get through Denver first. We'll see how Denver plays. We'll see if they can do something with them. And then Green Bay just was in just 3. All 3. I know they had the tie, but like the 2 games they've lost and then the tie with Dallas, this team is just very weird. But I mean, they're still in it, I guess. I mean, they're still on top of the NFC there. Next up, just a single team in this one in the tier going all in, and that's the Indianapolis Colts. They're going all in on Daniel Jones. I'm rooting for you, Colts there. So hopefully it pans out for you. Next up, we got the who would have thought. You got the Rams. They're up here pretty high, and Seattle here. Both pretty good teams. Seattle, great defense. Sam Darnold playing his tail off. Jackson Smith and Jigba. Rams, they're just a solid team. I wouldn't say they're the best in the NFC, but they're just a really good, solid team for the Rams. So, good job, Rams. And then the top four. I got 2 AFC, 2 NFC teams.
Of course.
Buffalo and the Patriots. Probably the 2 best. I mean, if you want to throw the Colts in there, kind of. But the 2 best teams in the AFC, they still got to play each other. That could be that probably will be for the division. So excited to watch that one whenever that happens. But both these teams really good, and both have exciting quarterbacks. And then obviously Philly, Tampa, both have, or no, it's just Tampa has a really good game this week.
Tampa's playing the Patriots.
Yes. Okay, so Tampa has the good game. Well, the Eagles are playing the Packers. Okay, so yeah. So, yeah, these teams having good games. Can't wait to watch these 2 teams for the Eagles and for the Bucks. Bucks just coming off a bye, so hopefully they got healthier. The Eagles have a bye last week too. I believe we didn't
Yes.
see the Eagles. So both teams coming off a bye, so we'll see how they both work. But anyway, those the vibes.
All right, Christian, as always, I do love that you have my future NFC championship game prediction as your top two teams. So that makes me feel good. You'll come around on the Broncos. I know you will. I know you will. I know you will. Anyway, I did have a couple of things I wanted to say. One, and look, I have to eat a little bit of crow because I did the same thing with the Chiefs. So, like, I'll eat crow. But, like, I saw a lot of people randomly. Like, I could not explain why, but it just became out of thin air a very mainstream opinion to be like, well, the Lions are the best team in the league. Lions are the best team in the league. And it's like, guys, they just got blown out by the Chiefs like 2 weeks ago.
After this game.
Before this game.
Okay.
Before the like, but I was like, guys, I like the Lions. I'm a big fan of the Lions. Lions are not the best team in the league. They're like, you have to respect them as that. It's like they just got blown out, and then they go and lose to the Vikings. So, like, now that said, the Chiefs, I was the big guy that was like, the Chiefs are clearly not the best team in the NFL, and then they go get stomped by the Bills. And my faith is a little shaken in them. Personally, it's just
they're
like
top 10.
I feel like early on it was like, okay, their offensive line looks suspect. They're not running the ball well. Their defense looks suspicious. And it felt like maybe they fixed a lot of those problems, at least the problems that they couldn't fix, they were able to taper over. But then they go play the Bills, and they get in front of these teams with winning records, and they can't run the ball. Their offensive line is iffy. They're 1-4 against teams with
winning records.
And their defense is giving up play after play against Josh Allen, and their offense just looks totally neutered against a pretty not good Bills defense, for the record.
Not to defend Kansas City a little bit, they were down a few players on the offensive line,
but like the Bills were down Ed Oliver. Like, I'm not selling my Chiefs stock, and if I'm relinquishing my Chiefs card this year to when we get to the end of the season, be like, I told you so. It's fine. I did pick them to still go to the AFC Championship. I'm riding with that, but I'm a little more worried about the Chiefs than I have been in previous years. I did pick them to go to the Super Bowl, for the record, and win the Super Bowl. So you can't take my card away. That's my card.
I think they might have been my AFC, but I had them losing like Baltimore. I think they were my AFC.
I thought your team, you picked Baltimore and Detroit.
Yeah, I was hoping for the championship.
Yeah.
I believe I had the Chiefs in the championship. Yeah.
But anyway, those are my only takes. Dude, I'll say this last thing. I hate to say it. I am slowly, but very quickly, if I can do that, starting to buy into the Rams.
God damn! I knew it.
They're starting to really look good. They're starting to look really good.
I thought I had them, and then they got him. They got him again.
They're starting to look really good. I mean, because like they're doing what they always do, but they were able to win at the beginning of the season. So now they're not chasing like a 3-6 hole. Now it's like, oh, you're winning, but it's not pretty. And now it's like, oh, now you're winning, and you're winning pretty. And your offense is amazing, and you're great at running the ball, and your defense is pretty awesome. It's not elite. It's I mean, it's not just the same. It's just I feel like over time we've really seen them. So they got a big game against the Niners this week. But anyway,
that is a good on Fox, dude. Man, we also got the Lions Commanders. That would have been really.
I'm so excited about Eagles. We got Patriots, Bucks. I mean, I'm excited.
No, we have
Packers.
We have a great slate this week. Games.
Chargers Steelers.
Yeah, it's a Sunday night game.
That's a really sneaky good game. So I'm really excited about this one. All right, Christian, let's go ahead and get into Jake's picks. Woo! All right, bet. Here we go. All right.
Oh, I did not hit the Jags.
Damn, yeah. I tried to warn you, but I didn't want to like spoil it.
You should. I thought they were the best. They are the better. I mean, I guess they won, but
they just didn't cover.
They didn't cover.
So last week we went 3-2, another winning week. We've been stringing. We've had over the past 6 weeks, I think 5 of our last 6 weeks have been winning weeks. So we have been really, really good at hitting these. We're 23-22 on the season. Over the past 5 weeks, we are 15-10. So it's going well. We're really having a pretty good season. To recap, we had the Steelers +3 against the Colts. Told y'all, everybody. Look, it didn't hit the week before. It's gonna hit. I love that it worked out because this hits so much more often than it doesn't. Steelers at home as a dog. It's just one of those you bet. Yeah. I will say, Chiefs -2.5. We ain't hit it. Now, maybe we're going to amend the rule where it's when they play the Eagles and when they play the Bills in the regular season.
Okay, I was like, in the regular season.
Maybe that's the way. Well, I'm not quite there yet, but maybe that's like an amendment to that rule. But it didn't hit. It is what it is. It's unfortunate. I still bet that almost every time I see it. Had the Niners -2.5. Was terrified of that, but they won no problem. Had the Lions -8.5. Bad bet.
Yeah, division opponent.
Bad bet.
But who would have thought J.J. McCarthy was just going to turn his swag on?
Even if they had, they should have won, but even if they had won, they weren't even close to covering that. So, yeah. It was just a weird game. It happens. But either way. And then we had the Seahawks -3, which covered all day long. I wish I could say I felt great about this week.
Snap of that game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. As we were recording, I was like, "Oh, it's
28-0. It was 28-0 at one point. It was bad, but I wish I could say I felt good about this week. But honestly, I broke a lot of fundamentals because there was a lot of trap lines last week, and it's not that I avoided the traps. It's just that I said I'm gonna pick that trap, and I happened to get the trap right. Niners -2.5. I should have stayed away from that. But I said I'll take that trap, and I took it. And a lot of people took the other traps, and they didn't get it. So it was just a matter of I kind of got lucky with the traps I picked. I almost did want to go Broncos, which they ultimately did cover, but man, did it look like they were not. And honestly, if C.J. Stroud had not gotten hurt, they probably wouldn't have covered.
Yeah.
So
probably would have lost that game.
They probably would have straight up lost that game. So, I again, just had I picked it, it would have won anyway. But I didn't pick that because it felt trappy. It looked like it was probably going to be trappy. So it's just be smart, be fundamental. I got it right, but we can't be breaking the rules that much. So without further ado, Christian, let's get into this week. I got 5 more for you.
Are we sticking to the fundamentals? What are we doing?
I think we're sticking to the fundamentals a little bit, but I got some that are kind of crazy.
Okay.
All right. First one, Christian, I'm walking into a trap with this one. I'm walking into a trap.
Okay. Let me hear it.
I'm going Bucks -2.5.
What? I stay away from this game. Do not bet this game. Do not bet this game. Why are you betting this game, dog? Do not bet this game.
The Bucks are coming off a bye. They're playing a Patriots team that is just. They didn't play well last week.
They did not.
They are on a heater that it just at some point it's going to end.
Okay.
I will say I am a little nervous because I think a lot of the money. This felt like a trap to me, and it feels like the trap is they want you to take the Patriots.
Yeah.
But I'm also to me the immediate thing is I'm taking the Bucks at home as short favorites. But I think from what I've heard, a lot of the money is coming in on the Bucks, and the line is not moving.
Did it open up as 2.5?
I think it did. I don't 100% know. But my point is to say that typically when the money is coming in on one team, they try to change that line and shorten them. So maybe they say, okay, let's make the Bucks bigger favorites. But they're not doing that, which tells you they're fine taking all the Bucks' money. They're not worried. So it's a little weird. But I'm taking the Bucks -2.5 at home. They're coming off a bye. I think the Patriots. I think they match up well against the Patriots here. I do think they're getting healthier, and Christian Gonzalez was banged up last week. I don't even know what his status is actually. I haven't even looked at it.
Seen a lot of questionables on the Bucks and on ESPN's Chris Godwin did not participate in practice in Wednesday's practice. Bucky Irvin did not participate in Wednesday's practice. They're listed as questionable. Hassan Reddick is questionable.
You telling me I should switch this pick, Christian?
Luke Godecki. I mean, he's. I guess he made a return on Monday. I'm not sure.
Talking me out of it.
I do not. I mean, this is a big game. I don't like the line.
You're gonna hate who
I don't like this spread. With. Oh, you're gonna do which one? I don't blame you if you do the one. If you do it.
Broncos minus 9.5.
You fucking bitch. What are they playing? How are they getting 10 points?
They're playing the Raiders tomorrow night.
Oh yeah, Thursday night. Okay.
Look, so let me break this one.
What is it? It's 9.5.
Yeah. Look, let me break this down.
That's a lot of points, down, man. This team, they just break it
down. All right, here we go.
That's a lot of points. That's 2 possessions.
Broncos are at home.
You're expecting 2 possessions?
I am. Broncos are at home. That bodes well for them. They're at home.
Yes.
The Raiders are coming off of an overtime game.
Yeah.
They're coming off an overtime game and then 4 days later traveling to play a really mean Broncos team, defensively speaking. And offensively. Like, they're a physical team. They're a physically dominant team. And you look at the data, it's like 19% of teams who are coming off an overtime game playing on a short week. They cover like 19% of the time. And when it's on the road, it's even worse. So, like, all of the data says, and the Raiders are just lost. I mean, they're just lost. You have a Broncos team that, we've talked about this. Unfortunately, we've talked about it with the Broncos. We've heard Sean Payton talk about this, where the best weeks as a coach and as a team are when you win ugly. When you're looking at a game and you're like, we should have lost that game, but we won, because everybody's in a good mood. But there's a sense of focus. There's still a sense of focus because you know you almost lost it. So, at home, the trends back it up. The teams, to me, back it up. I think the Broncos are just this much better than the Raiders. And I know Bo Nix has struggled early. I don't think Bo Nix is going to struggle against this defense. I think he's going to be fine. It's just, they're just a bad defense. So I love the Broncos here. So I'm taking the Thursday night game. I'm taking Broncos minus 9.5. All right, next one. Oh, this one gross. It's not that gross. I'm taking the Ravens minus 4.5 against the Vikings. This is breaking the fundamentals. You should probably take the Vikings here, but I just think the Ravens they match up well against the Vikings. The Vikings are coming off a crazy win. Can J.J. McCarthy replicate it? Lamar torches NFC teams. I mean, we see him do it. His record against NFC teams is crazy, and the reason for that is because they don't play him enough to know how to adjust to him. Like, they just don't. So I think the Ravens...
Yeah, it's hard to simulate in practice.
Yeah, so Ravens coming off extended rest because they played on Thursday, playing a Vikings team that is feeling itself a lot, has a young quarterback. We'll see how he does game to game. And they're only giving up 4.5 points. Like, I think they might... And they're so focused. Like, they are so... The Ravens, every single game...
It's do or die.
You are going to see the Ravens
these games.
Be at their best. They're going to be giving their... Like in a way that, like, you wouldn't if you were 7-2. Yeah. So I think the Ravens are going to win this. I think they're not going to blow them out, but I think they'll win this convincingly. I mean, I could see like a 30-20 game or something. And they cover no problem.
I still think if they were Baltimore 7-2, I think they would still win this. Probably wouldn't be a blowout, but
I wouldn't be betting them.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be betting them. But yeah, so okay, I like that. All right, next. We got a couple of really gross ones, and then we're gonna go to my favorite bet of the week.
Okay. Just one favorite?
It's my favorite.
Oh.
It's like the best bet of the week in my opinion. Sorry, I gotta do this. Texans plus 1.5 against the Jags. We love backup quarterbacks in their first starts. And they're playing a Jaguars team.
Well, Davis Mills isn't. He's played before.
But it's his first, start this year.
Yeah, okay.
And the trend say...
Jacksonville's played him. They played him back in the day.
Yeah, it's not a matter. It's just it's there is a certain level of like when you're a backup quarterback and you're playing, it's like, oh, this is my time. This is my time. Like there's just it's just a little. I don't know how to describe it other than it's just a different kind of motivation. It's kind of how I would imagine why this trend exists. It's some of like what you're saying, like, do they know how to scheme up against this guy? But I also think part of it is just like, there's a little bit of excitement, there's a little bit of jump versus like after you have a game and everybody kind of knows you and then you just kind of fall apart because that's why you're backup. I think the Texans here can do enough to hang in there with the Jags, possibly win this game outright. They're in Houston. That defense is going to demolish Trevor Lawrence. They're going to demolish him. And again, it's not as big of a deal, but the Jaguars were on the other side of that overtime game against the Raiders. Like they played on the road against the Raiders, and now they're going on the road again to play a division rival in Houston, who I think the Texans can hang in there and possibly win this game. Trevor Lawrence make a mistake here and there. Like I just don't have faith in the Jaguars right now. So I like the Texans plus 1.5. Fun fact, they were favored until the news about C.J. Stroud dropped. So technically, the Jaguars went from being an underdog to a favorite, which tells you should fade them. Just saying.
Yeah, right. Jake, I do agree. I do not like a lot of these bets.
Hell yeah, they're nasty. They're nasty. You're going to hate this one. You're going to hate this one.
No.
We're going to Miami.
Really? Okay.
We're taking the Dolphins plus 9.5.
They struggle a little bit in Miami, but I don't.
Look. Renewed focus. Trade deadline came and went. It's a little bit of, Chris Greer got fired. They're coming off a week and a half after getting beat bad by the Ravens. They're playing a division rival. Dolphins run the ball well. Bills are bad at stopping the run.
Wait, are you Dolphins plus 9.5?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were on Bills.
No, I'm doing Dolphins plus 9.5. Dolphins run the ball well. Okay. Bills don't stop the run, so like that's not only going to keep it close, but I think it's going to shorten the game.
Because that's how. I mean, it's been a minute, but that's how we played them. I would imagine they adjusted, but we'll see.
Can't stop the run. All right, so that's it. So, and then my favorite bet of the week. This is an obvious one. This is a lock, y'all. Come on, don't even, dude. Come on. Why would they hang this line? They're trying to trick me, but they're being silly, hanging this line. Eagles plus 2.5 against the Packers. Come on, dude. What are we doing? Yeah, we're putting the Eagles as underdogs. Oh, but it's in Green Bay. I don't care.
The Eagles are favorites?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I understand it's like, well, Jake, why do you want to bet the Eagles plus 2.5, but you won't bet the Patriots? It's like, because the Patriots are on a one-time. I've seen the Patriots on a heater for 6 games. I've seen the Eagles on a heater for 4 years. Like, where they just win these games. Like, I'm not, come on. Look, I understand a lot of the pros are coming in on the Packers, and the reason for it is because they're at home. They're coming off a bad loss, right? And straight up, people think they just might be better than the Eagles, right? Like, they might just be, but I don't think so. I don't think so.
Disagree.
I saw the Packers. I saw the Packers lose 2 times to this team last year, and they lost worse the second time. And the only difference they have is Micah Parsons, which I say only difference. The reason I say that is because if there's a team that knows how to stop Micah Parsons, it's the Eagles, because they have played him like 18 times. So look, I understand. The only thing that gives me pause is the fact that the Packers are coming off a bad loss, but the Eagles are coming off a bye. The Eagles are coming in with some new players. The Eagles always win these games. Give me the Eagles plus 2.5. I'm not going to overthink this. They're going to win outright, and we're going to go, well, yeah, of course. And if the Packers win, I'll give them their flowers. But I don't think they're going to
win. They need it.
So those are the bets. To recap, Broncos minus 9.5, awful. Dolphins plus 9.5, Texans plus 1.5, Ravens minus 4.5, and the Eagles plus 2.5. Let's go. That's probably 3-2. That's probably 3-2.
I'm on a 3-game. I'm on a 3-week.
It comes and goes, man.
It's rough. It is rough. Thought last week I thought that was a gimme. Jags better team than the Raiders here. There any given Sunday. That's why they say that. That's why they say it. So gonna go back. If I would have hit this one this week, I probably would have tried to did a little fun little upset thing, but I need to get in the win, so I'm probably gonna get a favorite here.
Ooh.
And screw it. We're gonna swing for the fences for this one.
Oh.
Giants plus 4.5.
Ooh. All right, I dig it. Yeah, you kind of fading the Bears. You feel like the Bears' love has gotten a little wild.
It's just nothing against the Bears. I just, that was a wild game against Cincinnati.
Yeah.
And Giants, I know, it hasn't been pretty since they won their last game. But I think they'll play them tough. You know, they got blown out last week against the 49ers. Bears coming off a very high emotional game, so I think maybe keeping it closer than what it is. But even though I think there is a bit of a coaching discrepancy between Brian Daboll and Ben Johnson, but I'm gonna take the Giants here. Just I think they can keep it close. I just need it close.
All right, bet.
Need a backdoor cover. Give me a backdoor cover, please.
And with that, we have been here for a minute, so we can go ahead and fly through these picks. I don't really have too much to say. I feel like we've said a lot of it, so I'm going to kind of fly through these. We'll start with the Thursday night game, Broncos-Raiders. I am obviously going Broncos. Nothing crazy there.
Yeah, I don't like them, but when you give me these, but when you give me these teams, when they give them against awful teams, then more than likely I'm going to pick them.
I bet. We go to our Sunday slate, starting in Germany, bright and early. We have the Falcons playing the Colts. I am going to go the Colts.
I'm going to go the Colts here. I did think about this one as like a Falcons underdog, but I feel like these teams, it might be a little bit closer, you know, with the jet lag and all that stuff in Germany, but the Colts are still a better team. So. Yeah,
I agree. All right, let's go to the Sunday noon slate, or 1 p.m. slate if you're in the Eastern time zone. We go to the Saints-Panthers. I'm going Panthers 6-4. Let's go. This could be it. I feel like upset, but if this is in Carolina, so I feel like they're going to take care of business at home.
No, I'm gonna stick with Panthers, but this could be a good upset.
It could be. It's either this is like an inflection point for the Panthers. You're either gonna prove like we can build off of last week, or we're gonna let last week get to us, like they did when they blew out the Falcons. They went on the road the next week against the Patriots and got thumped. Now they're at home.
But they're at home on this one. So
let's see if they've learned some lessons. Let's see if they can really actually stack some wins up and prove they're a real 5-4 team. Real 5-4 teams beat 1-8 teams, even if it's a division rival. All right, let's go to your Giants-Bears game. You're betting the Giants plus 4.5. Do you think they'll win outright?
No.
I don't either. I'm going Bears.
Yeah. No, I'm hoping just they either get a backdoor cover or it's just like close throughout. And Chicago this year they've been winning these close score games.
It sounds really mean. I kind of want the Giants to lose out. It would just be so funny. Like they have this blown 33-point whatever in the fourth quarter against the Broncos, and they just never win again. Like
what happened to the Bears?
I know, that's why I wanted to, which is who they're playing. So that'd be funny. Anyway, all right, let's move on. Texans, Jags. By my bet, I'm going Texans. I think they're going to win the upset.
This is a pretty good upset.
Yeah, I know it's tough, right?
This is a tough one. This is a sneaky good game.
It is a sneaky. I agree.
Sneaky good one. I mean, this one was close earlier this year. Jaguars did win 17-10. So I do this division game, so I probably see some back and forth stuff. I think I'll still go with the G. Yeah, I think I'm still go with the Jags.
All right,
Still go
bet.
with the Jags.
Fair. All right, we'll go Bills Dolphins here. Contrary to my bet, I am betting the Dolphins here as one of my best bets, but I will take the Bills.
Oh yeah, Bills all day.
All right, perfect. Let's go to the Ravens Vikings. I'm going Ravens here based off my other bet.
Ravens here as well. No,
All right, bet.
no issues with that.
Let's go. Cardinals playing the Seahawks in Arizona. Could be a sneaky good game, but I am going to go the Seahawks. I just love everything about this team right now.
Oh, we missed.
Oh yeah, we did. We'll come back to it.
Okay. You said Cardinals Seahawks. Seahawks.
All right, cool. Missed a couple noon slate games. My bad. We'll go. How about Browns Jets? Oh my! What a terrible.
This is a.
It's such a bad game. It's almost a good game.
Hey, sometimes these teams that we don't think are these teams that aren't good, and we shouldn't watch them. Usually are the most funnest games we'll see. Browns.
I'm going Jets. I will say Browns Jets playing each other without a Joe Flacco in sight. Very weird. All right, here we go. Let's go Bucks hosting the Patriots. I am going the Bucks, baby.
This is
cannot wait for this game.
This is the game of the noon slate. Honestly.
It is 100%. 100%.
This is so good. I wish this could have gotten flexed to. I wish this game could have gotten flexed because this is a really good game. Bucks coming off a bye. Patriots, they've been, like you said, they've been hot. It's a really good game. I'm gonna skip this one. We'll come back to it.
All right.
I don't know about this one. That's a good game. Good game.
All right, let's go Rams Niners. I'm gonna go Rams. They get their revenge.
Good. Another good game. Yeah, I think I agree with you. Like you said, Rams get their revenge. They've been hot. 49ers banged up. I do expect this to be close. It's a division game. These games are usually really fun, really close. But I just think, the Rams are better. The Rams are better.
They should. I mean, well, they were better the last time they played as big favorites, and then they lost. So, but I don't think that'll happen this time. All right, let's go to the Let's go to the Lions rather versus the Commanders. I'm going Lions. I think the Lions could win. It is, yeah. Lions, the Lions are thinking about that. They want their revenge. They're crazy like that. I did want to pick the Lions as one of my bets.
Oh, for the blowout.
It's outdoors, so I said no. But I think the Lions will win this, no problem. I just don't know if I'm confident enough in the blowout. But I think they'll win.
Yeah, it's hard to predict a blowout, especially in the NFL. Yeah. I agree with you. They remember that, so they're going to be extra motivated to get revenge on this team, even though they're not getting the revenge on the guy that actually beat them. But yeah, Lions is what they'll do. They'll probably blow the Commanders out, but like I said, it's just
it's hard to predict.
You don't want to make a living off choosing who gets blown out in the NFL.
All right, and we move on to our Sunday night game. We have the Steelers for the second time in 3 weeks. They are on Sunday Night Football. They are playing the Chargers. I'm going to go with the Steelers for the upset, but I have no conviction in it.
I mean, that Colts did show me okay, they can really do something.
Cause some damage.
They can cause some damage here. I'm gonna go with the upset as well.
All right, bet. And then we go to our Monday night game. No surprise here. I am going Eagles over the Packers. But I'm so excited for this game.
Yeah, this is must see. I am shocked the Eagles are not favored in this game. I think that's great, especially coming off a bye. I think that is crazy. But yeah, Eagles all day. I think they're the better team. Like, come on now.
I bet that's it, everybody. We're
Oh, I
going
need to go back. I'll take the Big Show. I'll take the Big
taking
Show.
the big
Not
show.
not confident, but either team could win this one. Gonna be exciting. Can't wait to watch that one.
I can't either. And with that, everybody, we will go ahead and get out of here. We appreciate you rocking with us. We love you. We cherish you. Give us a rating. Give us a comment. Like our video. Share us. Subscribe. Do all of it. You know we love it. We're on your favorite podcast app. We're on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Spotify, wherever. Thank you so much. Take it easy. We'll see you on Monday.
Yeah.